It do be hot.
It do be hot, but not this week though.
Yes, snow.
Do you want to build a snowman?
I've been trying to temper my daughter's expectations.
I'm trying to temper my expectations. They're talking 6 to 8 inches of snow.
That's too much snow. That's way too much snow.
You know what 6 to 8 inches look like?
That's way too much snow. I'm saying it's too much.
Can we
snow.
talk about that on here?
Let's be more realistic. Let's go like 3 to 5 inches of snow. Okay.
I hear that's the perfect amount.
That's the perfect amount. Like I'm floating. I feel like Future would kill this.
I feel like this is so loud.
It does feel very, very loud. I think it eventually fades out.
Are you sure?
I'm vibing to this.
This is the intro.
It's only a 39-second song.
39 seconds.
That's
a long time in podcast time.
You can fade it out. There it is. And we are live on the Who Effing Knows podcast, the Who Effing Knows Studios, the Brew Bro Studios. We are here.
Version like 3.0, it feels like.
I know. We're growing.
Yeah.
Yeah, Patty's famous now.
I am famous. No, I'm not. Nobody knows who the hell I am.
Almost 4 million eyes have seen Patty.
Is it? Was it really at 4 million?
I think
I stopped.
A few days ago, it was like 3.5 mil.
That's insane.
How do you feel that almost 4 million people have seen your face?
If every person that's seen your face would give you $1.
That'd be nice. Yo.
I'm just saying.
I did go, I'm not going to lie, I did go out for my birthday last night and we went to this place called the Library. And I was expecting it to be very like vibey, which I love vibes. Everybody knows that.
King of vibes. Director of vibes.
Yeah. Anyways, I walk in and I was the oldest person in there.
Nice.
This was a 2-lane college bar. And I was like, oh no.
Not good.
Too soon.
Fortunately, 2-lane students don't know anything about 2-lane athletics. So we're good.
Especially get a couple of Vegas bombs in them. They definitely don't remember anything about 2-lane athletics.
Yeah. Well, wow. I don't know if we can say Vegas bomb anymore, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. I cringed as soon as you said it. And I was like, wow.
Vegas bomb.
What?
There was a bomb in Vegas.
Oh.
I mean, it didn't really kill people, so I guess it's not a...
That shows you how disconnected I've been, because I had no idea what you were talking about. It was the
same day? Oh, yeah.
Well, there was a lot going on here at the moment.
It was the same day.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Oh, the truck.
The truck that blew up. But it only, the guy like killed himself, so like nobody else. Anyways, that's depressing. We don't want to go down that rabbit hole.
That's right. We can start with the death of something else, and TikTok, Aaron wanted to talk about.
Yeah. It's just a sad time, you know.
Are we sure?
I don't know. I look at it from, I talked about it the last pod, just addicting to these small business TikTok accounts that are just growing because of TikTok. And I talked about the coffee one. At the time I talked about it, they had about 12,000 followers. They're up to almost 50,000 followers now. It's just I think it's a big platform for businesses that are just it's really gonna hurt them. But people said the same thing about Vine. Vine went away, TikTok came away, is in its place, and TikTok's going to go away. I'm sure there's going to be some other app that's just going to blow up, and they're trying to get it extended. But if you go on it today, on Saturday, it says like, we're going to be temporarily unavailable starting tomorrow.
Temporarily.
And it's kind of sad, man. It's like this series finale of TikTok. You just go in there and it's like everything is depressing, and everyone in the comments is like, if I don't ever see you again, hope you have a good life. And I'm like,
there were other social media platforms.
Brought people together, man.
Yeah, but the thing with TikTok that I found, and I don't get on TikTok a lot.
Yeah.
But of all the algorithm things, I've found TikTok shows me what I want to see the most. But I also, like, I don't spend a ton of time on Instagram, so it probably hasn't learned my algorithm. But, like, it's rare that I get a video on TikTok that I don't want to see.
It's there's a joke. The joke's going around like you have a Chinese spy and there was like saying goodbye to my Chinese spy who floods my For You page with great videos, and I don't know. It's just, but like when TikTok first came out, I was one of those people that were like, this is the dumbest app ever, because it was just like, it was people dancing to videos, and I'm like, this is not for me. And then just like as TikTok progressed and it became what it is now, it's like you go in there and it's just, you can see funny videos, you can see sketches, you can see just stuff that like the dance stuff is maybe, at least on my algorithm, it's like 5% of it.
Yeah.
And so you go on there and I can just endlessly scroll on TikTok. Now, 2 or 3 years ago, it was my least used app. Now I love just killing time on TikTok and watching stuff. But
I don't open it often, but when I do open it, I end up spending a good amount of time on there. 'Cause like I said, it gets me hooked in. I see a bunch of like useful stuff a lot too. Like I'll get into like a Costco deal algorithm or something like that. Or it'll show me like a bunch of like Photoshop, like 2-minute Photoshop lessons, which is useful and things like that. Recently, it has been throwing some platform did an interview, a sit down with John Batiste. Batiste? What is it?
Sure. I don't know.
The piano guy. Yeah, from New
Mhm.
Orleans.
Yep.
Got his name wrong, I'm sure. Anyway, they did a sit down with him, and it's just like asking him questions about playing the piano and about blues. And I don't know what the hell he's talking about because he's using all these terms that he's like, you gotta let the gumbo cook. And I'm like, okay.
Mhm.
But then he just starts going crazy on the piano. And I'm like, this is the coolest shit I've ever seen in my life. Like, you know how when you listen to somebody talk about something that they clearly know way more than you about,
Yes.
and you just get mesmerized by it? That's what's happening. He's talking. He's got the New Orleans accent, so that gets me in a little more. But then he's using all these things, and I'm like, I don't know what you're saying, but I know that it's important and it makes sense to somebody. And then he's just like randomly just doing shit on the piano, and it just sounds amazing. He like he's putting out an album, or did put out an album where he's like doing Beethoven songs, but doing like a jazz version of them. So it's like popular Beethoven songs, but then he adds like a jazz twist to it.
Yeah.
And it sounds so cool. And this every time I open TikTok, it's a new video from that. This interview had to be like 45 hours long because I've seen so many of them, and I've watched every one of them like 10, 12 times. It's amazing.
that's what I appreciate too. On the music note, they have some. I see these videos on TikToks where they play, basically the song, but they don't put they just play the lyrics basically. And so it's whether it's a drummer, it's mainly a drummer a lot of times, and they have to like just in their head just feel out what they think that the drums are going to sound like based on the vocals. And it's it's just so crazy. Sometimes it makes the song so much better. Sometimes it's close to what the actual song is, but just like the talent of just people just pick up music like that and be like, this is what it should sound like, or this is what makes it sound better.
That's so interesting. I love that. I have no comment on TikTok. I'll be honest. I never connected with it. I think I was like you in the beginning, and then I just never, like, I'd open it a time or two. Like, we had stuff that would go on there, and I just never looked. I was like, Dave, you want to do it? Go ahead. Handle TikTok.
As far as that goes, it's the one I ignore the most.
Yeah.
Because like I've seen a lot of people I used to follow for like wrestling content. That's how I used to consume SmackDown and Raw for a while. And a lot of them say like that was the platform that made them blow up. They all have Instagram accounts, all have Twitter accounts, but they all say TikTok is what made them.
I have noticed that part. Like, I've noticed that people that I know just randomly have like hundreds of thousands of followers. And I'm like, how? Because I think in terms of like Instagram or Twitter, where it's like a grind.
Yeah.
It is a grind to get that.
Or YouTube.
Yeah. It was just tough.
I don't know. And then I don't know as far as like the monetization of it, whether it's easier.
Yeah,
I want to say I've heard that it's like 1 million on TikTok is worth way more than 1 million on YouTube as far as like shorts go.
Yeah, I think it all depends on like, just like how YouTube is, it depends on like how big your following is, because you get like a certain percentage per so many views. But I mean, some people like they have videos on there. It says they're completely transparent. They're like, this is how much I've made on TikTok, like year to date, on top of having a full-time job, you know. And it's just like one guy, he was I think a full-time firefighter, and he made $100K just like posting stuff on TikTok as a side gig. I'm like, more power to him. But RP, we'll find out tomorrow, I guess.
It'll go away tomorrow. I have a theory of what's going to happen, but we'll see how it plays out.
What's your theory?
I've seen.
You can't say that.
Well,
I've
try
seen
to
the
avoid
theory.
the politics on here, but I think they're letting it die so that
To be fair,
Trump can come in and be the one who saves it.
To be fair, it did hit Biden's desk, and he did sign it technically. So he could have said something.
I thought he didn't sign it. I thought he.
I don't know.
Well, it went to legislative, and then it went to Biden, and then it went to Supreme Court, and they all voted to ban it.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
It's also
But
why I
Trump
don't-
introduced the ban, but then it went through all the branches and they kept it. So then now he's like, he's trying to, this was in 2020 when he proposed it. TikTok wasn't anywhere near what it is now.
Right.
That whole process was so weird. Them, like, I don't know if you've seen like them actually interview the I don't know if he was the creator or the CEO of TikTok, and they're asking him like his nationality, and then they're asking him, when you connect to the Wi-Fi, when TikTok connects to the Wi-Fi, does it take your data? And he was like, what do you mean? And it was just so awkward questions that they were just trying to like get him to say something. And they're like, we don't do anything different than it's just like Facebook.
Yeah.
Keeps all your data. And
I think that's the thing. They try to turn a lot of people against TikTok because it was a Chinese company,
Yeah.
Chinese run thing.
Right.
And they're like, oh, China.
Yeah.
The whole thing back in the day. But it is literally no different as far as the data it collects. It's just, in America, it's okay if an American's collecting data on you, but
Yeah.
God forbid another country do it. Get them out of here.
all for an app. And then the alternative app that people are going to is a Red Note, and it's like a strictly Chinese like owned.
It
app.
means like little red book.
Yeah.
Oh, does it? Red Note?
Yeah, which is like the little communist book. Remember learning about that like in school?
No.
Oh, I don't know. See, some of these things I don't like bringing up because I'm not fully educated on it, so I don't want to say the wrong thing.
That's okay.
I think
You won't get killed by the internet. It's fine. The internet is full of a lot of nice people. I've seen.
Yeah, you'd be surprised at what you get killed about nowadays. And
well, yeah.
Man, interviewed one person.
I want to.
What do you want to do?
RIP TikTok. I want to hear more about Patty's random thoughts that he's had over the last couple weeks that you had written down.
Oh yeah. So Dave told me last week that I needed to come up with more topics, but I've always been the type of guy. I'm just put this out there for the listeners. I like to just ask questions as people talk because I feel like things flow better that way. But obviously, we need to have things coming in for you guys. Otherwise, we just sit here and twiddle our fucking thumbs. So I randomly was sitting, and I don't remember any of this, so I have to pull it up. Forgive me. I was sitting, and I was like, man, I think something like inconvenienced me, but it was something like totally normal. And I was like, what are some things, right, that are like totally normal that everyone deals with every day, or that like most people wouldn't get frustrated by, but for some reason just annoy the crap out of me, right? And I try not to let these things annoy me, but they do. So I made a list. I'm not going to go down the whole list because I think it'd be more fun to just like talk about it if you have some. But the very first one that I wrote down is Pepsi okay? You know what I mean? It's like you're at a restaurant. It's like, hey, I don't even drink Coke anymore, but it's like, hey, can I have a Coke? And they're like, is Pepsi okay? And I'm like,
Is Monopoly money okay?
yeah. Can I punch you in the face right now? Is that okay?
Yeah, no, Pepsi's never okay.
I have that at a restaurant. Like you go and ask, especially it's not really so much down south. You go up north, especially like we've been to Pittsburgh a few times, and like I'll take a sweet tea, and they're like, well, we don't have sweet tea. We have unsweetened, and we have packets of sugar. I'm like, no, that is not the same thing.
It's on my list.
I want sweet tea.
Yeah, it's on my list. I had like literally the same exact thing. It's like, no, it's not okay.
Yeah.
How fucking dare you?
I don't know the ratio. Okay, just give me sweet tea. Damn
Also, it's already cold.
Yeah.
Sweet tea, you need to prepare hot, and then you cool it off.
Yeah.
And,
you can't pour sugar in. It's not going to melt. It's going to all
Doesn't-
go to the bottom.
yeah, waste my dang time. You got any? Or you want me to just run down some? Because I got some.
I was thinking the first thing that came to my mind was getting like paper straws from somewhere.
Yeah,
don't
save
like-
the turtles.
Yeah. Listen, I love the turtles, all the turtles, but I don't like paper straws. I don't need my straw dissolving in my mouth. You know what I mean? That really bothers me.
Yeah. Turtles can just suffer.
Give me some more. Give me some more.
All right, I got more. Someone calling me after I texted him. Don't call me. We can continue this conversation over text.
Yeah. Okay.
I've got a lot, by the way.
Keep going.
I don't
know if that
on
one.
this list. The little styrofoam dust that flies around when you open up a new package and you like accidentally maybe break a piece and then it sticks to you and like you're trying to clean it up.
Then you got to get the vacuum out or
So
a broom
frustrating.
out, and yeah,
and then it sticks to the broom.
yeah, that does. Yep.
You want more?
I feel like that way with glitter. Like
Yeah.
keep
How
glitter.
How often are you interacting with glitter?
You know.
I think I might interact with glitter like twice a year.
Yeah.
Twice.
Maybe
Interesting.
that's probably.
But I feel like
that might be the
every-
under might be 1.5.
Whenever I do, whenever that is, it's just it's a pain in the ass. Like we have a Christmas tree at work that's got a bunch of, it's like the fake snow on it. It's got glitter on the ornaments and stuff. So I'm like, look, y'all let me know when it's up because I'm not touching it with a 10-foot pole because I don't want it on my hands, anywhere on my jacket, anywhere on my clothes.
Gets glitter on him when he goes to work.
Thanks. Yeah.
Yeah. He does work in the city.
Yeah.
Convenient.
Yeah.
I'd say.
There's rules,
Sorry, honey. I know I came home with a lot of ones and I'm covered.
Exactly.
But
Well, you see, he also
I told her to stay away too.
He also works at a hotel, and he could just be like, "I had to run the valet today. I got a bunch of tips."
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. There's excuses.
I get it.
If these ones could talk.
They're also covered in glitter. Mad Catz controllers.
Mm.
Do you remember Mad Catz controllers?
Like the old Xbox?
Yeah.
You just had to get them so you could have an extra controller, and they always broke.
They broke within a month.
They weren't even, half of them were shaped very awkwardly compared to the actual controller.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Well, the old Xbox controller, not a great controller. I don't think
The original?
Yeah,
Massive. Pretty big.
Too big. Size matters. Too big. Too big.
360, they made up for it though. It was a great controller.
360 was a good controller.
Yeah. And it's just continued from there. They haven't really changed it since then. It's like a little bit, but basically the same controller.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of other controllers.
How do you feel about the old Nintendo 64 and then like the GameCube controller? Those were...
GameCube was okay. I didn't like the N64 controller. I didn't like the middle.
Didn't bother me.
Yeah.
It was interesting to me because in my brain, it was always like I needed to decide whether or not I was going to use the joystick or I was going to use the D-pad. And I was a joystick guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ladies in your life might love that if you were a joystick guy. Maybe you learned some things.
Maybe.
I have something that at my house inconvenienced me, if that counts. It's not something I really run into in my life. It's when people, instead of taking out the trash, they like to just see how high they can stack the trash in there. And so then when I actually have to take it out, it rips the garbage bag every time because I'm having to push it all down. I'm like, all right, when you go to take the trash out, when you go to throw something away and you see it clearly filled to the top, maybe let's just take it out.
Yeah.
Instead of just keep setting it on top until somebody picks it up and takes it.
I definitely play the game of how much can I shove down in here before I take it out.
Yeah.
And then it's always ripping as I'm pulling it out. I'm like,
you mentioned it last week when like my wife will throw not even like a folded up or broken down box in it.
Oh yeah.
Just throws an entire box in there.
A box of cereal.
We have a recycled, like just throw it in the garage, open the door and just toss it in there. What are we doing?
On the floor. It's fine,
that's better than trying to stick it and take it up half the trash can.
Yeah. Like if somebody finishes milk and cereal in the same day and then they just shove those in the trash can, it's like, great. Now I got to take the trash out.
That happens too. Not with the trash, but people leaving, like, whether it's milk or juice or anything, and they know what they do. They leave it in the fridge, and it's like not enough to anyone to have a drink, and you're just like, okay, just throw it away. Don't, because now I'm just upset that I don't have enough.
I've got someone in my life that does it with everything. It's not just milk or drink. It's like I'm gonna eat every single piece of broccoli that's left on this sheet pan, except for this one, just this one. And I'm like, what the. You take it.
Yeah, you tell me you weren't hungry enough to eat one more piece of broccoli.
Right, take it.
I can't.
Like a box of crackers, you'd leave one cracker left. It's like, why?
This isn't related at all, but it made me think of it, and I want to share this because I love when my kids do something just odd and hilarious. So the youngest, he's about to be 2, has learned how to just open the pantry and just grab shit out the pantry, right? He disappeared for a little while the other day. So
I like that part. That's my favorite part.
Yeah, we're sitting in one of the bedrooms, and he just disappeared for a little while. And I heard him open the pantry door. And usually what he does is he opens the dog treats, and he will just start handing out treats to the dogs.
Trick or treat.
I don't love, but that's okay. But I go in there. You know the little cups of Easy Mac?
Yes.
With a cheesy wrap.
He grabbed the cup of Easy Mac. He opened it. He was sitting on the floor just eating the noodles.
Oh, jeez.
The raw
just
noodles.
the raw, dry pasta.
Dude, and he got so mad when I took it away from him. He was just chomping down on them. I'm like, bro, what are we doing?
Dude, I think you were here once when my daughter told, like, she just eats frozen French fries sometimes. She's
Yeah,
like, I
that's
want a
weird.
frozen one. I'm like, no.
Yeah, kids are weird, man.
Technically, they're cooked. I mean, I can't say anything. I used to during high school, which I'm sure a lot of people did. The ramen noodles, just
Yeah.
raw dog and the
That's
ramen
normal,
noodles.
though.
But is
Which-
it though?
you know
It's
what?
just
You know what's
uncooked
funny?
pasta.
You know what's funny? It's exactly like eating the
Same thing.
It's just uncooked pasta.
But I feel like it's cooked and then
Ziploc bag
like,
and just shake it.
It's because the people around you have told you it's normal. You saw a million other people do it. So you're like, yeah, I could do that.
Mhm.
No one else just sits on the floor and eats macaroni.
Yeah. Well, that's the other. But when you're doing the ramen noodles, you are putting the seasoning on them at least.
Yeah.
He's just eating raw noodles, and they're like, I don't know, ramen noodles they're crunchy, but like they're somewhat soft. You know what I mean? Like they
And you can
feel
like break them up first.
Yeah.
And, listen, there's a whole process to it.
an
Break them
elbow,
up, put
just
stuff in there.
just an
shake
elbow
it.
noodle, just like
It's hard. It's
Yeah.
thick.
Yeah.
they don't have any flavor. So I mean, I guess it's just like
You might need to go to the
whatever,
dentist. He might have broken.
but- And I was just like, this is the weirdest thing you've ever done. But
Hey.
so yeah.
He'll do more weird stuff. It's
Oh,
fine.
Yeah.
Listen,
Kids are
I'm
awesome.
aware. Kids are awesome. They're also kind of stupid sometimes.
Yeah. They're also like the saying that people say all the time, like they're little drunk humans, basically. Like they are, and they're hilarious for it.
Yeah.
They also can really piss you off sometimes.
That's true.
And it is what it is.
That's just life.
So speaking of things that piss you off, rose art crayons. You guys ever have those?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, you know me. I'm very brand dedicated
Yeah.
to things. And it's been that, you know what? Maybe that's where it started.
Was the crayons when you were younger?
When I was like,
The crown.
these knockoff crayons, these knockoff crayons are not good enough. And maybe that's where it all stems from.
I feel like that definitely started in school for me too. It's
Yeah.
like I cannot be the one with rose arts.
No,
Spend an extra $1, please.
absolutely. Yeah. Oh, now I'm trying to think of all these little things.
I'm telling you, there's things that like you don't even think of. And it's just like,
toilet paper being the right way.
yeah, hey, maybe.
Yeah.
Accidentally.
Underside, top
It goes
side.
over the top.
Yeah, it goes over the top.
You know what my wife hates? Accidentally buying scented toilet paper. I can't buy scented toilet paper.
Scented.
They
toilet
make
paper.
scented toilet paper.
You've never bought scented toilet paper? I don't even realize I'm buying
No.
it. Like every day, you probably
Where do you
nobody
buy scented
smells.
toilet paper?
First of all, you probably just never smell your toilet paper, okay? Because I never even paid attention
I
to
buy
it. I'm gonna be
scented
dead honest.
trash bags.
Yeah.
I don't buy scented toilet paper.
It's-
I've never even seen scented toilet paper.
It's in every grocery store. You probably don't even realize it. You've probably bought it.
I can promise you, I've never bought scented toilet paper.
I'm telling you.
I buy the same toilet paper every time from the same place. I've never bought scented toilet paper.
Maybe that's why, because I just buy whatever. I'm like, yeah, whatever, and I just grab toilet paper. And if I come home and it's scented, my wife throws a fit. Well, not throws a fit, but she's like, absolutely not. This is not what we need to be doing.
What
And
is
I'm
the
like,
scent? Is like lavender?
I think they're like lavender sometimes. Yeah, most of the time.
Hmm.
I didn't know you guys didn't know that was a thing.
I had no
Scented
idea.
toilet paper.
You're gonna see it now. I promise you.
I don't see. I buy mine at Sam's or Costco. I don't think I've ever seen it.
That's also probably why. I understand doing that. My only problem with buying paper products from Sam's and Costco is where the freak do you put them?
In the
Where do you keep them?
Closet, bathroom closet.
It takes up your whole closet.
You got to take them out individually and stack them up.
Well, yeah, that's what we do. I take them out and you got a little. Just I don't know. They're,
I've never
they're
been-
organized in there.
I've never been big on that too. Like the people who they get a whole thing of Ziploc bags that's already organized and in a thing, and then they take them all out and put them like in a section in their cabinet. And I'm like, it's already organized and in a cabinet. Why are you taking it out to put it in a? It's like the cereal. You're taking it out of a cereal box and putting it in
Well,
another
'cause
thing.
It stays more fresh if you
It's
put it
prettier.
in another container. It is. It stays sealed, so it stays.
How long are you
fresh.
keeping cereal where you need it to be?
I don't know, and it also just pours better out of some of these containers. I understand the cereal one. I'm with you on the other stuff,
Yeah.
but like we bought one of those things one time. It's like a thing from Target where it's like it's got the 5 different sizes of
Yeah.
Ziplocs,
Mhm.
and then once we ran out, then we just buy like the individual boxes and just stick them back in there. So it's one drawer has all the things.
I guess it's better than opening the drawer and the boxes are turning sideways or like ripped open and sticking.
Yeah.
That's what I deal with right now. Maybe I should join your side.
They sell those wooden ones. They're real nice.
I'm willing to admit I'm wrong. Okay. You logically sell me on something, I'd be like, shit, you're right. I'm an idiot.
There's a few things that I've been wanting to try. They sell the like a version of it for like foil or saran wrap,
Mhm.
and it's got a built-in like cutter on it.
Okay.
You can put it in your drawer.
Dangerous.
They're perfect. You line it up, pull it out, and you're perfect. You're good to go. That's a little thing that bothers me. You ever had the like blade on the saran wrap box like break off a little bit and then you can't tear it the way it's supposed to tear?
Yeah.
Or you go to tear it off and it like swoops the very last like 3/4 of it. You're like, son of a bitch.
And God forbid if you got the one that like seals itself,
Mm.
game over.
Packing tape. When packing tape folds in on itself, or like,
Oh, yeah,
or
the
if you
double
accidentally
side,
don't like stick it to the thing and then it's stuck to the actual tape, it's like,
Yeah,
I gotta find it.
when tape sticks to itself and you gotta just run your finger along it and
Yeah.
hope you you catch it.
but like some of that actual packing tape is like super thin
Yeah.
and also very strong. It's like I can't even like grabbing a knife, scraping it, trying to find where is it?
Mm.
Oh man, that's it.
Oh, I got one more.
Okay.
When you're weed eating and you run out of the stuff
That's true.
in the
That's
middle
true.
of it,
That's
just
rough.
you give up and just go another day.
Yeah.
My
Brother, it is
OCD
105 degrees outside. We're going to set this off till tomorrow.
See, my OCD is so bad. I'll like do anything I got to do to make like. I had one time where I was mowing the grass and I ran out of gas. Like
You cut
And I
your whole
had-
yard with the weed eater.
I had like
I've done
Been there.
a little bit left, and I'm like, I can't. I was like, I gotta go. Gotta go to the store, get some gas, and finish this a little bit.
I will say if it's like in my front yard and I'm like doing it along my garden and like it ends up like halfway where somebody can see it, I'll do it. But if it's like the backyard and nobody's gonna see it and I'm not back there often,
Yeah.
it'll wait till tomorrow. But also then it probably just waits till next time because I'm not going out there again. It's too hot, bro.
Don't blame me.
It do be hot.
It do be hot, but not this week though.
Yeah, snow.
Do
It
you
might
want to build a
snow.
snowman?
I've been trying to temper my daughter's
I'm
expectations.
trying to temper my expectations. They talking 6 to 8 inches of snow.
That's a
That's
lot
too
of
much
snow.
snow. That's way too
You know
much
what
snow.
6 to 8 inches look like?
That's way too much snow. I'm saying it's too much.
Can we
snow.
talk about that on here?
Let's be more realistic. Let's go like 3 to 5 inches of snow. Okay,
Have you? I have.
I hear that's the perfect amount.
that's the perfect amount.
I have 2 experiences with snow in my life.
Yeah.
You remember that one time it snowed on Christmas Day? Like
Yeah.
probably
It's a miracle.
close to 20 years ago now, because it was
Mhm.
pre-Katrina, so we're up there. And then I went to Seattle one time and went into the mountains. That's the only time I've seen like legit
real
snow.
snow.
Yeah.
It did. Yeah, I'm about to say it did snow.
You've lived,
We lived
other
in
places.
Hammond. When we lived in Hammond, it snowed 2016, 17, where it actually like stuck to the ground.
Yeah, it was pretty thick. I remember
Yeah.
that snow.
We had that one
2
time when
Ts.
I got stuck out there in Lafayette with you. But it was like a very thin layer.
Yeah.
If
Don't
it-
worry about that ice.
Listen, 8 inches of snow. I don't know how to react to that. I'm worried that
That's a good amount of snow.
I'm worried that this city, my house, can't handle it, and we're gonna lose power. And that's the only thing on my mind right now. I can't even
Stock-
be excited about the snow
Well,
Stock
you
up on
guys
some
lose
fr-
power
on a
for-
regular sunny
yeah.
day. Yeah.
It's like, oh, well.
Yeah, so
Power's
I'm
out.
like, I'm concerned about that at the moment. But I keep trying to tell my son it's not good. Like, you know, I'm not trying to be like it's gonna snow, but
Right.
everybody keeps saying it's coming.
Yeah. Well, my daughter's teacher told them it's gonna snow on Tuesday, and I was like, damn it! If it doesn't snow now,
Yeah.
and I got to deal with this.
The way it seems, it's like they keep talking like it's gonna happen. Now it's just a matter of how much,
Yeah.
Mm.
which is kind of exciting. But I said that to say, my son came up to me today, or my mom called me to ask if I was gonna be home, and I was like, yeah. And my son came up to the phone. She's like, do you know how to build a snowman? And he goes, no, Daddy will show me. I'm like, buddy, we're in this together. I don't know how to build a snowman.
You better hope the power stays on.
Yeah.
We're gonna be
Yeah.
YouTube and
The
some
closest
stuff.
to snow I've been recently is the little fake snow place in Tennessee.
Yeah. It's just snow, dude. Snow's hard though. Like people, I've been around snow a few times, and it's like people underestimate or overestimate or whatever they did. I think people expect it to be different than what it actually is. It's just ice. It's literally just ice, and when it falls on each other, it's not all fluffy and soft.
Mhm.
It's ice.
You get some ice snowball fights, a little
Yeah.
more compact, a little more velocity on it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm excited.
It's also dirty.
I've heard that too.
I mean, but at first it's awesome. Before it's dirty. When it first drops and it's thick and flat.
What? That's a
boy. All right.
Yeah, put a bow on that. I'm excited. I am excited to see my kids' reaction to it and my dogs. The underrated moment is like your dog getting to interact with snow for the first time.
Yeah, that's gonna be cool.
Yeah. Especially because I have a cold weather dog, and she's finally gonna be like, "This is what I was built for."
I always appreciate those videos. Like people have a husky and they're trying to get him inside, and they're just like covered in snow, and they're just like, he won't come inside.
We're getting my brother-in-law's husky back tomorrow, so we will have him for the snow, and it'll be his first interaction with snow.
That's cool.
It's cool. I'm excited. I'm gonna bust out my fire pit for the first time this year.
Nice.
Hey, if the power goes out, maybe busting it open sooner, sooner than what you think.
I'm thankful. I'm just thankful we got a car with 4-wheel drive now. That if I need to get down the street to somebody's house, I can probably do it.
Come on over. We got a fireplace.
Got to worry about the ice on the roads. Internet's a scary place.
Is it?
Yeah, I don't know if obviously everyone has seen it, but the Eagles fan that went off on that lady.
Yeah.
And in a day, the internet found out who the guy was, what company he worked for. And then a few days later, the guy was let go.
I heard it was rough. I didn't even watch the video.
He called her
witch hunt.
He called her a C word and some other little things. And then the husband was recording. It was just like, the guy basically said, "What are you going to do about it?" He's like, "She's a blah, blah, blah." And he's like, "That's how you feel?" He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "Shut up and turn around and watch the game." And the lady was like, just watching the game.
It doesn't even feel that bad. I'm going to be honest. As far as like things that have happened at a game before, especially probably in Philly.
Yeah. Right. And that's what it's like.
They threw snowballs at Santa. That feels worse.
Yeah. I mean, they booed Rocky.
That's true.
Yeah.
Who boos Rocky?
I don't know. Internet's a scary place. It's like it's just like the guy the Ravens fan that was it the Ravens fan that punched the Commanders?
Yeah, that guy deserved it. Listen,
but they found out like in the day who he was, where he worked, he got fired. It's like,
he deserved his life to
that's
be
right.
ruined.
Yeah. The internet justice can be a double-edged sword. You know, sometimes it's good, and other times we're like, this person didn't deserve all that.
Yeah.
You gotta listen. Just you know how we solve this? Just don't be an asshole.
Yeah.
You know?
That feels like a good rule of thumb.
Just don't be an asshole in person or on the internet, and we don't need to worry about that.
Yeah. I mean, I get like tempers flare. You get frustrated with things, but like, I don't know. Didn't something come out where that guy actually wasn't quite the angel, like the other guy?
Oh yeah. Yeah. He was calling people like the F word, you know, like it's all the internet's just, they're like, this guy isn't much better anyways, you know? And of course, who knows what the context is, you know, he starts recording when this guy's saying stuff he could have,
right,
you know, kind of said some stuff before, and then like, this is a perfect opportunity for me to like get this guy in trouble, which he did. Obviously, they let go of the guy, but
trolled him.
I don't know. And then they had that
got him.
The goonin guy who went to the drive-through, the bikini place, and without his pants, and then
that's
R.I.P. Whitten. I'm not gonna say it.
Yeah,
I was gonna say he offed himself in a different way.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
That's depressing.
That's not the first time he apparently did that. He did that a couple times.
He came back to laugh.
Off
No,
himself.
no, he'd gone through that drive-through without his pants on.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, I'm holding on to that joke in my head. I want to acknowledge that it was funny.
Yeah.
But it's tough.
R.I.P.
Yeah. Well,
what a crazy concept. I mean, I get not him, but just the chicks in bikinis just serving coffee.
I was about to say, there's I've seen like things on Twitter where it's like a coffee shop in like Seattle.
Yeah.
And it's like a really popular thing.
And I'm sure he's not the first weird dude to like go through that drive-through. I mean, there's some horny old men and women probably out there that just go through that drive-through knowing what they're getting.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like, what do you like? I wouldn't expect somebody to come through with their pants off, to be fair. But like, what do you expect?
It's like the whole like Hooters and Twin Peaks thing. It's like they're dressed a certain way. You know, you're gonna have somebody at some point go in there that's just is like a creeper and it's just gonna like, not to say that that's okay, but
no,
you're gonna have just weird people all the time, especially like if it's stuff like that.
If your concept is that you're selling the way people look and their body and they're wearing skimpier clothing, like You're
come
gonna
to lingerie
draw in.
night, and you're like,
Yeah.
okay. Well,
But again, does it?
does it?
Not
I mean,
okay.
that's okay to be a
Still,
creeper.
it's still not okay to
Yeah.
come
Not-
through with your pants down.
Yeah. Multiple times.
We're just saying inevitably that will lead to weirdos.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Big rip.
The same thing happens in. I mean, it happens in strip clubs. It happens anywhere. Creeps, man.
Weird times.
Get covered in glitter and, you know,
Too many ones.
laugh is life. Life be laughing.
Life be life, and
Life be laughing. What else is going on in the world?
They're banning red dye.
I saw that. Red dye number 3. Gone.
40 is
It's outta
okay. I don't know what the difference in 40 and 3 is, but
Okay.
3 causes cancer, so I don't know how much 40
but
could be.
somebody's gonna have to break down how my life's gonna change from this. I need information.
Well,
that was news to me.
I-
So, I don't watch the news. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Mm.
It's just a negative place.
Mm-hmm.
News used to come from Twitter, but now Twitter is also a negative place. So I don't watch the news. So somebody's gonna need to explain to me what's happening here and why and how my life will change day to day.
Well, there's just a
Are
lot.
my Fruit Loops gonna taste different?
No.
I don't think
Are they gonna
they'll
be
look
red ones
different.
still?
They
Yes.
taste different, but they'll look different.
Listen,
Like
every
more pink
country in
than
the
red?
world has outlawed.
Doritos.
Every country in the world has outlawed all these damn dyes.
Mhm.
No one uses these things. America's like the only place that uses all these
Since like
things.
2000 too. It's like 20-ish years, and they're just
Well, they found, and they're terrible for you. Like I'll end up sounding like one of them crunchy folks, you know. But like I steer clear of all that shit. The dyes, the high
Yeah.
fructose corn syrup, the like basically anything that we put in our food. I'm
Yeah.
trying to find the cleanest ingredients. It's ridiculous. I've even gone down the whole rabbit hole with like seed oils too. Like those are so bad for you too. Like
what was like
Seed
I
oils?
saw
Like
a little,
avocado oil and things like that?
No, like sunflower. Like most things use like sunflower, safflower, canola is pretty bad. Just like any type of seed oil you see is rough.
I saw like the clip of like how red dye became a thing, and it was back to like the coal, and someone was able to like take certain like crushed up pieces of the coal and realize it made something, and then they were able to like put it in a food and make it like give it more pop and give it more color. And I'm just
Mhm.
like, they're just putting it on everything, and we're just ingesting it, and
Yeah, not even
Just-
thinking about it.
causes all kinds of crazy stuff. It's in Doritos and V8 and
Shit, it doesn't.
fruit
need to be-
snacks. It's in literally like everything.
I looked it up. You already mentioned it's linked to cancer.
Mhm.
I've heard people in the past say it can cause like hyperactivity in
Mhm.
kids. It says they found nothing conclusive on that,
Okay.
but the cancer reason is the reason
Mm.
that it's being banned. And foods that contain it, popular foods that contain it.
Get ready.
This is only like maybe 15. Sprinkles, icing, baking mix, cereals, berry and cherry flavored candies, strawberry milk, peppermint candies, soda. What's soda? Oh, like a
Yeah.
Like a
like
strawberry.
a red soda. Okay. Fruit cocktails.
Code red.
Basically anything that's red
Yeah.
is going
Yeah.
to have this in it.
Biscuits.
Interesting.
Biscuits.
Maybe some of them have the little flaky things that look like
Okay.
bacon.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what it
Okay.
is.
That's interesting. Fruit and vegetable juices. Fruit juices bother me. That's supposed to be a good, healthy drink.
You ever looked at the ingredients on some of the fruit juices in the stores?
We only buy like the organic ones, so
There you go. Then you're good.
No.
You Gucci, man.
I don't buy them. My wife buys them.
So
She's healthy.
She's saving you from
Sort
the
of.
red dye.
Well, I've been eating Fruit Loops a long time.
Yeah, are we already cooked at this point?
I'll
30
be
years
honest,
of
man.
ingesting.
If
30
it comes
plus years
back
of-
and they're like, Fruit Loops gave you cancer, I'm like, a lot worse things in life that could
Here for a good time, not a long
I
time.
mean, I was gonna say, to be fair, there's a lot of things that can give you
Yeah.
cancer. A lot of things. I mean, you could burn candles every day, and you know there's carcinogens in that stuff. Like,
I work in a chemical plant. Like, we've all probably been exposed to what's the stuff like when you move it off the wall?
asbestos.
Yeah, we've all probably been exposed to asbestos at some point in our life.
Microplastics.
Yeah.
I don't know what that.
Can't
does
even
with
use air
cancer.
fryers no more, apparently.
What? Tell me more.
Yeah, that's not happening.
Just, you're just literally like cooking something in plastic. It's the same thing. Like,
No.
Wait, what?
and did you guys know that a lot of people were mind blown?
Wait,
Cooking it in plastic, like you set it in the air fryer.
who's putting plastic in their air fryer?
Well, aren't most air fryers like kind of plastic?
I don't know what they're made out of. I'll be honest. The outside is plastic. I always assume the inside was some type of like
it's like metal.
metal Teflon.
It's like a grill. At least mine are.
Yeah.
It's all metal. I mean, there's like the tray might be black. There might be like some paint on the tray or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. But mine is like
your cooking utensils that are black. Those are bad for you too. Do you know that?
I read that the other day. Mine are not black.
Ninja had the air fryer that's like see through, and people were mind blown that the air fryers like actually throw the food up in the air.
Yeah, they do.
They were like, "This is why my cheese is never on my sandwich."
You
They're
know how
like,
I learned that? Well, it's because it's got the convection thing and it sucks it up. I learned that because I don't have one that's see through, but I made I'll make like a little like bagel pizza or something like that. And I'll put the pepperonis on the top, and I opened it up, and my pepperonis are fucking everywhere. Like, where is my pepperoni? They're just all over the air fryer.
I stumbled upon a thread one day where somebody was really upset about air fryers in general. And I was like, why are you so upset by air fryers? And essentially the way they explained it is an air fryer is literally just a toaster oven with a fan. And I was like, I never even thought of it like that.
Yeah,
it
I
is
feel like
literally the same thing.
I got that in college. I got the one you can plug in a little toaster oven, and I like didn't use it at all. And I'm like, the same thing with the air fryer. It's like,
you don't use an air fryer. I couldn't get through life without an air fryer anymore. Like once you start cooking things in an air fryer, you just can't go back. Like things are just way better in air fryer. It's not the same as a toaster oven. An air fryer cooks it evenly
because it moves the air.
Yeah, a toaster oven is just toasting the top.
I said it's a toaster oven with a fan, moves the air.
Right, but it's not a toaster oven. A toaster oven doesn't cook the same as an air fryer. They're two different things.
It has a fan.
If you have,
where's the blocker?
Yeah, you're right, but they're not. They're saying it's the same thing. It's not the same thing.
Yeah, it's an innovation that was added to it, and now it's different.
Right.
It's like saying a motorcycle is a car. It's not, but it's in principle they are very similar.
What's the next? It's just gonna. Someone's going to come out and it's going to be able to hold the food in place while it gets air fried.
I guess.
My mom sent me a TikTok of an indoor smoker the other day.
Big rip. Rest in peace.
Yeah. Sorry,
you just said someone sent you a TikTok and that,
it's too soon.
Of an indoor smoker. That's interesting. Where's the smoke go?
I guess it just stays in the thing.
When you open it, it just doesn't.
I don't know. I didn't really watch it for too long because it was one of those things where I can't watch this because I'm gonna buy it.
Those things.
You're telling me I could smoke something without having to go outside? Yeah.
Yeah. I'm always very like, I hear that and I'm immediately like, something sounds wrong.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I've seen people do their like the Blackstone grills indoors. I'm like, this doesn't seem like it's meant to be.
If you had a big vent fan, like maybe.
Yeah.
Well, so they have Ninja has like an indoor griddle that works pretty. It's got a little cover that comes down, and I don't know what, but like you're saying, I don't know what happens. I mean,
it's essentially
you're grilling on a stove.
Yeah, it's the same thing. That's different. The smoker is the one that I'm like, there is literally smoke. Like the whole concept is you're creating smoke.
Yeah. It was like an LG thing or something. So it wasn't like some knockoff company. It's a company that knows what they're doing with appliances. So
maybe it's like a liquid smoke, which also not good for you.
It doesn't hit the same either.
No.
I used to think when I was like younger and like first started cooking, I was like, we're gonna put liquid smoke on everything. And I'm like, when you get like a real smoked something for the first time, you're like, oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
You also start to go down the rabbit hole if you really smoke meats of like the different wood and like what wood you should use for different things. Cause like one time I was making burgers and I normally use like a cherry, just a very mild something, and I'll smoke burgers sometimes and it comes out fine. But man, I used some hickory something. I forget what the combination was, and it was like eating smoke.
Hickory's one of the strong ones. I like to use like a competition blend or just something that blends them all together. Nice little balanced flavor. It also depends on what you're cooking. Like if you're doing like a pulled pork or a brisket, that's gonna pick up the flavor a lot more because it's in there for a long time. But if you're just doing like some chicken breast or something, it's not gonna really pick it up.
Smoke chicken.
Me either.
I never do.
Me either. I've done like chicken wings one time.
I'll do those on a regular grill, to be honest. I found my favorite way to do wings.
I don't have a regular grill. Well, I guess my smoker is a pellet grill.
Yeah, mine is too. But I have another grill on the side that I use. My favorite way to do wings, though, and they come out crispy, is to literally do them on the regular grill. Crank it up to like 400, and you literally like 5 minutes, 5 minutes, 5 minutes, 5 minutes, and then you crank it up higher for like a finish for like 2 minutes.
Yeah,
and it's phenomenal.
I like doing that. You put the sauce in there. I always like grilling it. It's kind of the same method you have, but then I dunk it in some sauce while it's hot, and then I put it back on the grill to kind of like keep it coated on
I didn't
there.
tell that step.
They say to do some. They say my boss does some throw some baking soda in there or baking powder or whatever.
Yeah,
and he'll smoke them for a little while, and then he throws them on his Blackstone at the end, so it's like a Daytona wing almost.
Yeah,
I know Aaron's a big Daytona wing guy.
Yeah, like Hooters got me. I don't even know what flavor Daytona is.
Yeah, I don't know either.
It's like a sweet, like kind of hot sauce. I don't know.
Yeah,
my cousin.
I feel like it'd be like when you say Daytona, I think Florida.
Yeah.
Then I start thinking like some kind of Hispanic spices or something to it because it's South Florida or mid Florida. Where is Daytona?
It's a little further up.
I saw a thing on Twitter yesterday, and it was like a blank map. And somebody was like, if you can't name all 50 states as an adult, something's wrong with you.
Listen, I saw you shared that. And in my head, you said something about North Dakota. And I was like, that's fair. Okay, that's fair. But for me, it's, have you ever been to the East Coast? Ever?
Yeah.
They're literally like just fit in. I can't, ain't no damn way I'm going to tell you where each one of those things are.
You ever look at like, you'll be talking to somebody and they're in a different state. And then you look at the map, you're like, I had no idea you were that close to me. I thought Colorado was like a 15-hour flight. Like some things just seem like they're if it snows there, I assume it's like South Canada. Like if you get snow, I assume you're way up north.
To be fair, Colorado is really far, but it's not north.
It's not that far though.
It's
like
just,
when you look at a map, it's not that far.
Well,
I think it's closer to Colorado than it is to like Vegas. And for some reason, Vegas seems closer because it's warm.
Wait, what do you say that again?
I think that Colorado is like a closer flight than to get to Vegas.
Yeah.
So
possibly.
Which feels, I don't know why. I think that's weird. I just assume Vegas. I know Vegas is further. I know that. Mm-hmm. But for some reason, I think it's because Vegas is warmer more that I think it's closer to us.
It's literally the elevation is what's tripping you up.
Yeah, that's what it is. If I see snow, I assume you're up north.
That's funny.
You think
I'm not well traveled, as you can tell.
You think you'll get over 40 states? Like,
you think I'll live past 40?
No, yeah, that too. You know,
maybe
not with all that red dye.
Yeah, that red dye and Froot Loops. No, if you had a blank United States map, you think you're getting over 40 states, right?
I think I could get close. I don't know if I get 40 of them.
Like you said, the Northeast is where it gets real tricky.
Yeah, I'm gonna get Maine.
It's tricky.
Yeah.
And that's gonna be it in the Northeast.
Well, it's also difficult when you start talking like just the middle of the country in the north, like
the Great Lakes.
Granted, you got like
the
Michigan
Midwest
and stuff that's up, but like Wyoming, I'm like, fuck, which one of these is Wyoming? Like Nebraska, I know is shaped a little funny, so I got that
Can
one.
Michigan count as 2?
But you should know.
Yeah.
But no. It doesn't. It's 1.
The Northeast is going to be a blur. I might get a couple right in the Northeast just by
it's tough.
Right. I don't know. I'll be honest with you. I don't know if I sat here that I could just name all 50 states.
I think the same. Yeah, I would probably be like, I'm forgetting some.
Yeah. I'd
have to write them down and then be like, what am I missing? It'd take a while.
You think you could name more countries or states? Just sitting here.
I mean, countries for sure.
You think so?
Yeah.
I'm not so sure I could.
I think states is probably a safer bet.
Yeah, I agree.
Maybe. You might be right. We should test that theory. Not right now.
Not right now. The key is to just go letter by letter in the alphabet and see what you can do at the states.
That's true.
Yeah. I think yours is the best. Literally just list them all and then just see like I gotta be missing some at some point.
Yeah.
You see, usually if you're trying to like name something like off a list, seeing something helps. I don't think it helps in this scenario. Like it might. The West Coast is the South.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, those you probably I feel like from California like down.
Oh, I got that.
I got that
locked.
But when you show me the Northeast, it's just gonna cause me more trouble.
I got that. I got Arkansas, Hawaii, done.
Yeah,
done.
Alaska.
I made Alaska, but yeah, Arkansas, whatever. I know Arkansas too. Oklahoma, I got that one.
Yeah.
I got the boot right there. I know that Texas.
The ones that have like shapes that you know is the key. So I can get for sure.
I can get all the way up through like probably like West Virginia, and then I'm like, I don't know now. Now I'm lost.
Country roads
Take me home to the place
where I belong.
West Virginia.
Mountain.
I don't.
That's a
Okay.
good song.
It is an
All-time great song.
okay song.
What?
That's. I mean,
All-time great.
There was an argument during college football season that like West Virginia shouldn't have that song because of like I guess I don't know if it was like where the guy was from or like the concept of the song, but like it's actually about this state, and it was like people sing stupid stuff all the time.
they say West Virginia in the song. That's like saying you can't have Colin Baton Rouge at LSU because
Right.
Garth Brooks is not from Baton Rouge.
Yeah. It was
Like,
like Alabama had Dixieland Delight, and then I think they like tried to ban it because they were just it was like the neck at LSU like tearing Dixieland line. They'd be like Blake Auburn, and you know they just go through the teams and just
Good for them.
curse and tell them to f off basically.
That's fun. I like that. Makes the atmosphere exciting.
You know what atmosphere is not exciting?
What?
Baseball.
It's not. Baseball's boring to me, man. I
This
lost.
Roki went to the Dodgers, and then it's just like we need a cap in baseball. We talked about it before. It's just like, and then I saw you post something. Someone was like, 30 other teams could have signed him. It's like, really? Did he interview with all 30 teams?
No, they can't. 30 teams cannot spend the way the Dodgers can because baseball is not set up like other sports with TV deals. The Dodgers have their own TV deals, and I think it's close to like $334 million they have to spend versus other teams. Now, I did see that they said they didn't pay him like an outrageous amount.
It's like a few million or something like that.
So maybe it didn't just come down to money, but
Mhm.
like
People don't know. The TV deals run everything, man. That's why
Crazy,
college football, you got 4 big conferences and everybody else is just dying, just trying to figure it out.
so like baseball, regular season will be fun, but once you get into the playoffs, unless the Dodgers get out, it's like, well.
What's funny is like, the Dodgers, I know they're a marquee brand and name, but like growing up, no one cared about the Dodgers.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I didn't care about I didn't give a damn about the
It
Dodgers.
was like Yankees, Red Sox.
I didn't even like the Yankees and Red Sox. I knew who they were.
I didn't
and,
like the
I paid
Yankees or Red
attention.
Sox, but when I was growing up, I feel like that was the two
Yeah.
teams. Like when we were growing up, I mean, yeah, Griffey, but like nobody really cared about the Mariners.
I like the Mariners.
Like Griffey,
I love the Mariners.
Jay
the
Bruner.
Mariners were actually my favorite team until
Yeah.
I went to a Rangers
I
game.
literally still to this day have someone, one of my friend's moms, I was like 8 years old. She made me this big old like hand sewn Mariners wall sign, I guess you would call it. Cause I played baseball and our team was the Mariners and I still have it.
My favorite team before I went to a Rangers game was the Mariners because of Griffey and
Mhm.
Ichiro.
Well, I wasn't really an Ichiro fan. I left the Mariners by that time.
Yeah.
I had
Well,
moved on.
Well, yeah, I don't know, man. I'm gonna enjoy my team's games, and then
I'm not.
yeah, you got Paul Skeens. You got that to look
Yeah,
forward
that's
to.
what's. I feel it like I'm to the point with all the Pittsburgh teams. It's like we just have these superstars and then just can't do anything. So you just feel bad for the players. You're like, I would
don't
love
ever
TJ
feel bad
Watt to get a Super Bowl.
I
I
don't
would
ever
love
feel bad for George Pickens. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah,
He's a weirdo.
he is a weirdo. But
Are you guys going to fire your best coach ever? Well, not ever. Probably not your best coach ever. Let me take that back. But
I'm like I said, I'm a diehard and I've defended Tomlin forever.
I'd
But
argue he is the best coach ever.
over Callahan?
I think so.
I don't know. I give Tomlin a year or two to not have any
Coward.
like playoff
I knew you
success.
Lost it.
And he's
Member.
just gotta. I don't know.
We're coming from
It's 6 straight playoff losses is tough.
but we're coming from the
It's
perspective
tough.
of we're just in la la land right now.
Yeah.
As Saints fans, I would take playoffs. Like just to be competitive would be nice.
It's crazy to me. There are 3 coaches who have very, very similar resumes, and like you can't argue with their success. Mike Tomlin, Sean Payton, and Mike McCarthy.
Andy Reid.
And and Andy Reid. Sorry. But I meant that are looked at kind of, it's crazy to me that they're looked at so differently.
Mhm.
It blows my mind.
Yeah, I've seen the Mike McCarthy and Tomlin comparison. Like McCarthy needs Tomlin's PR guy, and then like Reed, and it's like I don't know. I feel like if the Steelers can just figure out their QB situation and give him like a halfway decent QB. Like Russ was okay, but Russ is also, pushing 40. And you need a mobile quarterback to be successful in today's league. Like you got the quarterbacks there are now, you got, Lamar, you got Josh Allen, you got Patrick, you got Stroud's out now, but Jaden Daniels, you got these quarterbacks that are mobile, and that's the game of pocket passers is dying, and it's just not like Stafford's kind of the anomaly that's in there. Goff is
Commanders won by 2 tutties.
Yeah.
Nice.
Shout out Jaden Daniels.
Wow.
I feel for Lions fans, man.
15
bro.
wins, 1 seed, get bounced the first game.
That hurts, bro. Like,
You know what?
that hurts so bad.
Someone was, we were talking about the other day, it's like the Bills in the 90s when they went to 4 straight Super Bowls and lost 4 straight Super Bowls. Like, at what point do you just like,
I'm done.
that's tough. Like 4 straight Super Bowls.
Yeah.
You lose them all. I'm like,
Heartbroken.
that's, and then
The Saints
don't
not
go
even,
back till
the Saints
forever.
not even getting, like, the Saints doing back-to-back NFC championships hurt.
Yeah.
Or it wasn't back-to-back NFC championships.
No,
but
but
it was
those-
like
Yeah.
really good, really good Super Bowl caliber teams
Yeah.
getting knocked out just hurt.
Pain.
Yeah.
It's all I've known for a long time.
at the end of the day, you're going to have, 31 teams that are going to be upset.
Yeah.
And have
You
the
gotta
same
go-
result,
Yeah. I think it was Cam Jordan and Jared Allen who were on the podcast the other day talking about it, where it was like losing the championship game hurts more than losing the Super Bowl, because it's like I was that close. Like I literally one more game and we're there. And I would assume it's the same playoff games, but
There's a lot of Saints fans that'll tell you winning the NFC championship game almost felt better
yeah.
than winning. It was almost like just getting through the barrier of
Yeah.
making it. Like my grandma swears, she was like, I was 10 times more nervous for the NFC championship game than the
Yeah.
Super Bowl. She was like, once we made it, like whatever happened could happen.
I think that was the mindset. I think it was like, we made the Super Bowl. I don't care.
Mhm.
Yeah.
We made the damn Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Who would have thought we made the Super
Yeah.
Bowl?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there's one way to wrap this up,
Okay.
because I just saw on Twitter on the East Coast, it's now midnight and it's Mac Miller's birthday.
Oh boy.
So happy birthday, Mac. Plus the Mac album.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like the best way to wrap this up is just a little quick Mac talk.
Okay.
Thoughts on the album first off.
Sad.
It's eerie.
Yeah.
It's very eerie.
It's also,
First off, I want to. Sorry, I'm
There you go.
interrupting. I want to say that nobody does. How do you say the word? Posthumous? Is that how you pronounce that?
I see that word all the time. Posthumously,
Yeah.
posthumously,
Post-death albums
Yeah.
like Mac Miller's Estate. Nobody.
Yeah.
Nobody. And I saw somebody describe it the other day. They were like, it's almost because it's not a new album. It's an album from
Hodgepodge,
I don't
basically.
even know what. No, he recorded it around the same time he did. It's like in between Faces and watching movies.
Yeah.
So whatever time period that was. But it's almost like they said it's almost like he knew it was going to be released after he was gone. Because like there's so many things in there. He's like, one of the lines is like, I didn't know anybody died on a Friday.
Yeah.
And he died on a Friday.
Mm.
And it's like, man, this is so.
Yeah.
It's more eerie than the last album. And the last album was like a slow
Yeah.
album that was not as upbeat as this one.
Yeah.
That did hit me.
It's
That was
crazy, man.
That was one of the first things that hit me about this album. I think it was on my birthday. It was yesterday. I was listening to it
Yeah.
on my birthday, and it was Friday. And he said that line, and I was like, "Damn, today is Friday." And he died on a Friday, and it was just like this weird, like,
And it's like every time an album has come out, like from the whatever one it was, right? I guess it was Swimming.
yeah,
It was Swimming, Circles, and now this. It's like each one of them has had a couple lines in there that are just
Mhm.
weird. Or he's got like the line in the past where he's like, "I don't want to join the 27 club,"
Yeah.
yeah.
and it's like, dude, it's weird, but
I don't know. I'm just glad, we got to see him. You got to see him twice. I got to see him kind of his last
I
little
got to
tour.
meet him, which was
Yeah.
cool.
And just see him kind of,
Yeah, I can say I had an actual conversation with him, which is a cool thing to say. The silver lining that I've always said with Mac is that he started music so young that he gave us it's like 10, 12 albums.
Yeah.
Like there's so much music, and there's been all kinds of people since he's passed saying that they have joint albums that they have recorded, and they basically just need to be finished and they need to be cleared. So I don't know how many more of these albums we get.
Hopefully a bunch.
I did see some people pushing back on it that it was being released because they're like, it's not something he cleared.
Well,
You always see that argument. I was just gonna say that it's like the majority of the people love like hearing new music and have stuff to listen to, but then it's like there's that small percentage that's like, this feels disrespectful to release music after someone dies, not just for Mac, but just for anybody that passes away and they release music. And this is like, they got songs out there and it's already like, it just needs to be kind of like mastered up and released.
Well, I think you're relying on the state. Like,
yeah, because they're like, who's the money going to? And it's like,
I'm not even looking at it from that. I'm looking at it as like, I think the people that work on Mac's albums, like it's still like like Clockwork and all of them that did all the producing and were all really close with him. Like they don't even, if a song leaks out of his, it gets washed away quick. Like they handle it and they knock it out. They feel like they know very well what he wanted out and what he didn't.
Mm.
So, but like there was when like Pop Smoke had an album come out after he died, and you could tell it was just thrown together. It's not really mixed very well.
yeah.
Like that felt kind of nasty. Like, but they also put it out saying we want people to hear his work, which I get that.
like Juice WRLD had one.
That's
Yeah.
where my brain is on it. Like I don't care. Like it's not. I don't think it's disrespectful in any way.
Yeah.
I understand why people say it, but like, there's art that's just sitting there to be seen, and like, why not put it out?
Yeah.
Granted, like you want to do it the right way, and maybe there's bad ways that you could do it. Like you talked about with Pop Smoke, like just throwing it together and kind of being trash. But
yeah,
put it out.
Yeah,
let it be seen.
And then it just gives just people celebrate it more, and then it just goes out everywhere. And it's always, to me, it's for the most part, it's better to see like it just be positively talked about and celebrated, and more music come out, and people just. Because like when it got released, everybody's coming together to talk about.
That's what I said.
the
No,
memories.
I said no artist brings the timeline together like Mac Miller.
Yeah.
I didn't see not one person being like trashing the album, or not one negative post. It was just flooded with like not positivity, because a lot of people were sad.
Yeah.
But like I don't know anybody else that people connected with like that I can think of. Like I'm sure there's people that like, I guarantee there's people that can, like older people that connected with Prince that way.
Sure.
Maybe Michael Jackson music, things
Mhm.
like that. But for like our generation, he feels like one of the ones.
Yeah.
that-
I think you're right. Like there's definitely artists like Elvis. was,
Yeah,
like, huge.
yeah.
Like people,
but that's before like the ones you grow up with.
Yeah.
And that I don't know. I'm just happy anytime we get something new. And I've been listening to it every day. Whoever made the little movie on Amazon Prime that went with it was high as a fucking kite, though.
Yeah. I haven't seen it yet. I've
It's-
seen some of the clips and it looks wild.
It looks like claymation almost. They like turn in the rats, and it's like they go in a hole. A piano falls out the sky. They go in a hole. They turn in the rats. It's nuts.
Well, it was like even
you can't even focus on the music. You're like, what the hell is going on here?
Well, when
I don't
they
know how any
announced
of it ties together.
when they announced the album,
Yeah.
the little trailer, it was
Yeah.
like, what am I even watching? It was like 2.5 minutes, and at the end, you're like, oh, new album. You're like, I don't know what I just watched for 2.5 minutes.
Well, the trailer is like, it's just a clip from the movie. The movie's only like 25 minutes long, so it's not the entire album.
Yeah.
But you're like, I have no like, maybe I'm not listening to the lyrics enough, but I have no idea how any of this ties into what I'm watching. So I don't know. I watched it though.
Yeah.
It was cool, I guess. I'm gonna have my vinyl show up in a couple days, and I'll listen to it again.
I still don't get vinyl records and how.
That was one of my topics. I didn't want to bring it up because we've already been recording for an hour. But it's fine. We're here.
Oh,
now.
shut up then.
No, we're
damn
here
it.
now. I had
We
written
can
down
cut other stuff out. It's fine.
I had written down that nothing confuses me more than how a vinyl record works, and I'll never understand it. And I went through a Twitter post yesterday that said the same thing, and people were in the comments explaining it, and I still don't understand it.
It's just it doesn't make sense. And then it didn't make sense to me. And then it was the same post that you had saw. It was like a super zoomed in, like clip of a vinyl, and it was just like a bunch of like little like cuts, and it was just this needle just going through, and I'm like, how does that make
How does
lyrics?
this make music?
This doesn't make sense. And what's crazy is that came like like vinyls came before CDs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So like that's how it's like how
this
does
guitar is right here. I understand how this string makes a sound. I don't understand how the vinyl.
yeah, give me a needle and you're telling me this is gonna sing lyrics out to me? Like it doesn't make.
Somebody was like, it doesn't actually make the music. It makes vibrations, and the vibrations make music. I'm like, nope. Now it's now I understand it less than I did before.
What's the thing from the History Channel? The guy's like aliens. That's the only thing that that's the only thing that makes sense.
Yep.
Tell me a needle scratches this disc and it's gonna sing me the lyrics.
Tell me a shrimp fried this rice.
Tell me a shrimp fried this rice.
Let's get out of here.
Okay.
Because some of us got to be up in the morning.
Let me give you what you want.
Let's finish with a little Mac.
And maybe later what you need.
We could zoom that out too.
I remember girl you used to have fun.
Yeet.
That's it.
Kisses.
Oh, it didn't do it.
Yeet.